What's up, everybody? How you guys doing today? Jeremiah Davis here, the funding coach. And today, man, it's Monday. I've been having a rough day already. But it's all good because that means business is good. The more busy I am, the more money I'm making. And obviously, I'm going to be talking about the PPP and the EIDL loans because the next round is coming. We're still taking applications for the PPP. So I'm going to go over the required documents. I have about 30 applications that people have submitted with incomplete documents. So I have not submitted them to the bank. And I don't plan on submitting them to the bank until I have a complete package. All right. That's part of the issue that has been slowing things up is having incomplete applications, too much fraud, yada, yada, yada. And there's some really good news about the new second round EIDL. So I'm going to be covering that information as well, which is huge, huge, huge. All right, so let me get the PPP information out to you. And I will tell you basically to apply for the PPP loan, you need to have your 2019 taxes completed and with the Schedule C. So your 1040 and your Schedule C all need to be submitted. We will need February 2020, not 21, February 2020 bank statement for your business. That bank statement is to verify you was in business before the pandemic. Okay, that's the qualification to apply. You have to have your business had been started at least by January, February of last year. Okay, we're going to need a copy of your ID, color copies front and back. You're going to need a voided check. I know most people don't have checks. I order checks as I need them, but I only use them to sign up with lenders so they can pay me. There's no bill I pay by check, but this is a requirement. So there's no sense of arguing it. Now, if you don't have a voided check, you can use a bank verification letter. A bank verification letter has to be on bank letterhead from a bank employee with their name and contact information and signature, but also has to state that ABC Business has an established bank account with 123 Credit Union with their account number and routing number on it. Okay. If you don't have that, starter checks don't work. You can't use a counter check or a starter check. It's just blank. It has to be printed or a bank verification letter. Okay, so and we need your 2020 Schedule C. All right, the P&Ls that you have, profit and loss statement for your business for 2020. And that P&L is used to make a Schedule C. All right, so it's the same thing. It's just where you at in the stage. You had QuickBooks or the accounting software or an accountant. They should be keeping your information, your P&Ls, your business expenses, and your business income in a very organized format that they can just transfer those numbers onto your tax documents and your Schedule C and file it with the IRS. The IRS and the SBA are cross-referencing all documentation to make sure it's consistent. So you're not going to get away with making something up and not being verifiable. Okay, so that's what you need. And now we still got until the end of May to submit these PPP loans. And I'm hearing that there will be more coming. Okay, I'm hearing that there will be more coming later on, and you can reapply for a second draw, even if you just applied in the last couple of months. Now, what the time frame from your first PPP loan and your second PPP loan, and I don't have exact dates yet, but it could be 30 to 60 days from the first one to the second one. Put it like this: I'm already I've submitted the application for my second one, so and I'm getting more money on the second one than I got on the first one. So Yeah, so I got $17,000 on the first PPP, and now I'm getting 20,000 on the second PPP. Now this money is 100% forgivable. Okay, you have 8 to 24 weeks from the time you get the money to show that you spent the money on 60% of payroll, including your own payroll, paying yourself. 60% of the money has to go towards payroll. The other 40% can go towards business expenses, say like 20% to utilities. You know, if you go office rental or your lease for your office, um, internet, you know, all your regular monthly business expenses that you have. All right, the other 20% marketing, software, things of that nature. So they're making it really easy to get all this money and be 100% forgivable. You just have to do your part and get your ducks in a row. All right, get your documents together. You have time. If you haven't filed your 2019 taxes, you have time to get those filed and get submitted and apply for this money and get it forgiven. So let me just recap on that right quick. So you got to submit an application, right? Go to businessfundingnow.com, click on applications, and you should see PPP. Click on that and fill everything out. Now, if this is your second PPP, we have to have, all right, it's not optional. You have to have your E-Trans number. That's the number that they associated with your PPP, the first loan. You have to have a copy of the loan agreement, the terms and agreements that shows how much you got, but that you signed off on. I know some people say I never got one, but you had to get one. You might most likely had to do an e-signature. You should have a copy of that. They would have emailed a copy of that, and you have to upload that. Okay, and we need to know the exact dollar cent amount that you received. Okay, and then everything else is the same, like it's your first time. Bank statement, Schedule C, things of that nature. All right, so I'm just saying, we listen. Okay, the first last year when they started sending this money out, a lot of us didn't get it. Okay, and this is your opportunity to try and make up for it. Okay, as a matter of fact, there's a couple other programs out there that they're getting a grants, $10,000 grant. If you got the grant the first time, like you only got 2,000. Some individuals sued the government and said, no, you said there would be a $10,000 grant um, uh, uh, given, and you only gave us, 2,000. So now some of those people can go back and get the rest of that $10,000 in that grant, right? So that's separate from the PPP loan that's forgivable. This is the PPP grant, okay? Now, let's jump into this EIDL. Man, it's exciting. So the first EIDL was for a 6-month period. Okay. So I'm just going to use myself as an example. I got another $18,000 on the first EIDL monies. And now that money, a portion of it can be forgiven, but the rest of it is at 2 or 3% interest rate over 30 years. And the payments are deferred for another year. So they were supposed to start this year to pay back. Believe now they're going out to another year. The second round of EIDL is going out 24 months of business expenses and payroll. Okay. What that means is instead of getting $20,000, you can get $150,000 up to $500,000. Okay. So that's a lot of money that has the same interest rate and the same terms of repayment. And there's no prepayment payment penalty on that loan as well. So you can pay it off early. But this will be a huge, huge boost in your business to have $150,000 to invest, to expand. You can do a lot of things with $150,000 to take your business to the next level. Okay. Obviously, you're going to have to provide documentation. You got to keep good records. You guys got it. You know what? I'm just going to go. Listen, you can't run your business on your phone, right? You can do a lot of things on your phone, all right? But trying to upload docs and access bank accounts and access, loan applications and doing all these things, I mean, it just astonished me how many people I was dealing with that was trying to do all these things, jump through all these loopholes that had come up over the last 2, 3, 4 weeks because of all the fraud going on. Like, listen, you got to check your email. You got to check your spam box. You got to check your junk folder for those emails that are coming from the SBA and they're coming from the bank that you may have gotten a loan from or the loan from previously. Or if you're in the process now, another security measure they just added on was syncing your bank account so they can see the last 2 months of bank statements, okay, before you get funding. So that's like the last step before you get the deposit. And they're not using Green Dot, Rush Card, Chime, any of those types of financial institutions. Why? Because the crooks, the fraudulent people, the scammers, those are the banks they're using. They've seen a large a number of applications, right? And these crooks have migrated from bank to bank. As soon as a bank opens up and says, we're retaking these loans, because a lot of banks stop taking them to mitigate the fraud. But so that now they're putting this extra steps in place. So they said, okay, these banks are prohibited, right? If you submitted it and your bank statements from 2020, February 2020 was from one of those banks, hopefully you have another bank that you can use this bank statement from 2020 and a brief letter of explanation and a more brick and mortar type bank, traditional bank or credit union for the deposit. It means you're not going to get denied. This means you have to do a little something extra to get the money. Okay, but so and then I'm hearing that the EIDL and the PPP, we're into the second round, third round of some of these. I'm hearing that there's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds of these monies coming out to stimulate the economy. Okay, so get your stuff together. Please get your stuff together. If you're a business person, businessman, businesswoman, and you're really trying to provide a product or service for your community, you gotta get organized. Okay, you got to get organized and you got to do it. So on the EIDL, they've increased the credit score requirement. On the first round, it was a 600. Now they bumped it up to 620. All right, that's not really high credit score, so the bar is still low, but you're going to have your financial documentation in order. Okay. Only thing I'm still waiting for clarity on if you're sole prop versus incorporated. If you're, for the EIDL, sole props are more than welcome for the PPP. No problem. You just have to have your Schedule C, have to have your P&Ls. If you get that side hustle job or the side hustle is your main hustle, you need to be tracking your income that you make from the job. Okay, that's the way they're calculating these monies, by 2.5 times your monthly income, your gross monthly income. Okay, so if you made $100,000 last year or 2019, all right, that's roughly about $12,000, $11,000 a month. They take that number and multiply it by 2.5. Okay, and that's the loan amount, with the max being $20,833. Okay, if you have employees that are on W-2 payroll, you need to have that documentation. The tax documents for that are the 940 and the 941. The 940 is your annual, and the 941 is your quarterly. So they have 4 quarters of your payroll, right? Now they're going to take all your payroll and multiply it by the 2.5, and that number can be $50, $60, $70, $80, $100,000, and that's the amount that you would get. And remember, the PPP is 100% forgivable if you show that you spent the money in the required areas of your business in that first 8 to 24 weeks after you got the money. Okay, within that 8 to 24 week period after you got the deposit, you will have to provide the evidence that you spent the money on the required areas of your business, which meaning 60% payroll and 40% in business expenses. Okay. So now with this new EIDL, and they're going out from 6 months of advancement to 24 months of advancement, that is pretty much multiplied times four to get you to 24 months of an EIDL loan. So that's why it's going up from when we was getting like 20, 30, whatever, $1,000. Now the second time you're going to get, like I said, the 150 up to $500,000. All right, at 2%, 3% interest rate for the next 30 years, and that you can pay off early. The things I could do with $150,000, I can take $150,000 and turn it into about 4, 5 million in the next year. Okay, and that's what I'm gonna do between marketing, infrastructure, employees, things of that nature, but wisely, strategically. Don't go all blowing it on that. I ain't buying not nan car, nan house, a vacation property. I might take a trip, but the majority of it is going to be used strategically on a marketing budget over the next 24 months, 12 months, 24 months. Within the first 6 to 12 months, I'm going to see that money invested at least triple 2 to 3 times. I mean, it's going to make me more money. Okay, I have enough businesses, enough products and services that I can turn that money into a cash flow that I'll be set, done, right? Because once I start making it, it pays for itself, easy peasy. I can pay that 150K off in no time. But that's my goal. My goal is to have 4 companies, have each of my 4 companies making at least a minimum of $100,000 a month by the end of this year. Okay, so and I know 2 or 3 of them is going to make more than that per month over the next year. But that's my benchmark, my personal benchmark I've set for myself is to have all my businesses in monthly 6 figures by the end of this year. Okay, so and I'm already planning it out. How I'm going to get this business to 6 figures. How I'm going to get this business to 6 figures. How I'm going to get this. I mean, David Stork is almost there anyway. So I mean, it's not a problem. But to have all my businesses bringing in 100,000 plus a month. Yeah, and then have the personnel and the infrastructure to manage it and manage it well. Okay, got to have the right people, got to have the right software, got to have the right message, got to have the right advertising campaigns. There's a lot of details in running a multi-million-dollar business, let alone 4 of them. Okay, but this is our opportunity to change the demographic, to change the community, to change the status quo. Okay, so and listen, you got questions, give me a call. Go to the website, book an appointment. Let me run it down to you. Let me help you get either the PPP first time, second time, third time. All right. Let me help you get this EIDL first time, second time, and then I'll even help you. I'll coach you. I'm the funding coach. How to strategically use this money. And when my coaching, I tell you the stuff I use, the softwares I use, the people I use, the infrastructure I use. I mean, is it perfect? No, but it's getting better day by day. I have a whole staff of VAs that are doing my posts, my social media posts. I got another staff of VAs that I got them certified in credit repair. And they're going to be able to. They are kicking butt in the credit repair. I'm seeing people jump up 100 points in like 2-3 months. So our system is awesome. The funding, man, wait till y'all see what I got coming out for this funding platform, customized CRM that's going to make funding automated on the next level. Okay, so I got a lot of things in the iron. A lot of things cooking that are going to pay off very soon. So I'm just trying to do my part. My mission, my purpose is to help as many of us change our circumstances, okay, with good credit and a business that's generating decent income, you can take care of your family. You can move to a better neighborhood or improve the neighborhood you live in. Okay. You can start getting the real estate. You can start getting the trucking, construction. There's a whole wide range of things that that you could be doing if you have just a little bit of knowledge, an extra piece of knowledge, and the resources, the money to go along with it. Okay. In my standard coaching program, I'm going to take you from, helping you fix your credit to getting you some type of personal business loan, startup loan, to how to scale your business, build it out, and then build your business credit with it simultaneously. So when you come out of my program, you're going to have a profitable business and the knowledge and information that you need to expand and to grow, right? And the number one issue why people do not expand and grow is access to capital. All right. Why they don't have access to capital is because it's the personal credit, there's the business credit, it's the having your finances automated and keeping track of your income, your expenses, as well as having the right people in place, having the right marketing messages. All right. And my good friend, Derek Harper, I don't know if he came up with this, but it's so true, right? We're always worried about this competition, right? And now it's a catchphrase, collaboration over competition. But when you look at the analogy of any product in a grocery store, let's use bread, all right? How many brands of bread are there? I just don't think the CEO of Wonder Bread is worried about what Aldi's bread is doing. The people who want Wonder Bread gonna buy Wonder Bread because their messaging, right? They're gonna pay an extra $1, $2 to get the Wonder Bread because they like the Wonder Bread better. But then there's other people who's like, I don't want the Wonder Bread. I want the Aldi's bread or the Save-A-Lot bread, the generic brand of bread. But my point is, they all making money. They all selling their own bread, and they ain't really competing with each other. All right, that's the same scenario for any business type. What the McDonald's, Burger King, name an industry that doesn't have somebody else providing the same industry. Even AutoZone. I call them all AutoZone, but the other one was called what? Some auto one. Every time I walk in there, I say I'm an AutoZone. They go, "You're not an AutoZone." I'm like, "Oh, my bad." But it doesn't matter. Then your oil change, car dealerships, BMW, Mercedes, are they really competing with each other? I'm partial to BMW. Some people are partial to Mercedes. Okay, BMW ain't got to be worried about me going to Mercedes. That's what I'm saying. So no matter what your business is, all you got to do is deliver your message of why your product or your service is better than the other guy or the other lady's product and service is similar to yours. What's saying why people buy from you, right? Testimonials, customer service, whatever the case may be, quality product, whatever, ethical, you deliver on your word and keep your word. I mean, there's a whole litany of reasons why people will trust you and come back to you and tell their mom and them to come to you as well. All right. Whether you're in the credit industry, the funding industry, or any other service-based industry or tangible product industry, you can make it. You just have to carve out your niche and speak to your type of client. All right. So, like I said, give me a call. Go to the website, businessfundingnow.com, and submit an application, or go to the contact us page and book a funding consultation. And I'll be happy to answer any of your questions and help you through the process and get it done right. If you have submitted an application with me in the last 2 to 3 weeks, you should have got several emails that we're still waiting on your documentation to complete your application. All the rest of the people that are already in funding, I think I've already contacted you. So you should be seeing a deposit hopefully within the next week or so. And then we can keep it moving. And I will notify all of my current clients of the next round or if you do get notification from the bank or from the SBA about being eligible for additional monies, give me a call so we make sure you get the money and have the right things, the right documents. You don't have to do this alone. Okay. All right. I rely on people to inform me, and I'm taking that information and informing you. Okay. Because this is really a pivotal moment outside of the pandemic that can shift the dynamic and the demographics of so many of us if we just do it right. Okay. No shortcuts. And yeah, an opportunity like this doesn't come around every day. Okay. Unfortunately, we had to have it go through a pandemic to get there, but here we are anyway. And you want to set yourself up to be able to succeed moving forward, no matter what comes around the corner. All right. Well, listen, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Listen, go over to YouTube and follow me on there. Business Funding Now on YouTube, or David Storp on YouTube. I have two YouTube channels that have tips and information. And then anything else, if you want coaching or consulting, go to davidstorpe.com, DAVISTHORPE, and you can book the first consultation for free. But then I have an a la carte coaching consulting offer that's really reasonable. And I have a contract consulting where, we brainstorm, we come up with a plan, we figure out what things you need to do, and then we make it happen. We implement it, we make it happen. Okay. And if you want the granddaddy package of the coaching, that's ready, but I haven't started taking clients for it yet. Just the ones here and there that I've already worked with. But it's personal credit improvement to get your funding. It's 8 essentials to building your business, and it's business credit as well. All rolled in one package to help you start your business or grow your business. Okay, that's my time for the day. I appreciate you guys for watching. My name is Jeremiah Davis, and I'm the funding coach. Peace.